Chapter 15 of the Tao Te Ching, the Tao Te Ching, the Book of the Way and its power, describes people who have mastered something, not a skill exactly, a quality of being. The text calls them those who were good at existing, and then it says, they were so deep, you could not really know them. All you could do was sketch their outline. Bu zhai shan wei shi ji y miao zan tong shen bu kishi, fu wei bu kishi, gu qiāng wei zhai róng, yu zai yuo dong shi chuān, yu zai yuo y sai lin, yan zai kai yuo rong, han zai yuo bīng zhai zhang shi, dun zai kai yuo pu, qiāng zai kai yuo gu, han zai kai yuo zhuó, shu néng zhuo yi jing zhai zu qīng, shu néng and yi zhu dong zhai zu shēng, bao sai dao ji, bu yu ying, fu wei bu ying, bu néng by bu zin shēng. The ancient ones who were good at this, subtle, mysterious, penetrating, deep beyond knowing, because they were beyond knowing, we are forced to describe them, hesitant, as if crossing a river in winter, cautious, as if fearing all four neighbors, dignified, as if receiving guests, yielding, like ice about to melt, genuine, like uncarved wood, open, like a valley, murky, like muddy water. Who can make muddy water gradually clear, through stillness? Who can make what is still gradually come to life, through patient movement? Those who hold to this way do not desire to be full, because they do not fill up. They can endure being worn, without needing to be made new again. This chapter is a portrait in fragments. The text is trying to describe people who embody the Tao, the way, but it cannot describe them directly, because what they embody is not an attribute. It is more like a way of holding everything, so it gives us a series of images. Hesitant, like crossing a river in winter. In winter, river ice can look solid but is not. Each step requires testing the surface before committing your weight. There is no confidence here, no striding forward, only careful attention to what is actually beneath you. This is not weakness. It is precision, cautious, as if fearing all four neighbors. A person who knows they are connected in every direction does not drop into carelessness. They stay alert not from anxiety, but because they understand their situation is real and consequential. Dignified, like someone receiving guests, composed, not performing composure, but actually holding steady while others come and go. Then the images shift. Yielding, like ice about to melt. Genuine, like uncarved wood. The word for uncarved wood, pu, appears several times in this text. It means the raw material before a craftsman has decided what it should become. The person who keeps that quality, who hasn't fixed themselves into a final shape, stays open to what is actually needed. Open, like a valley. A valley does not fill itself with its own ideas. It receives whatever flows in, and then, murky, like muddy water. This is the strangest image, and probably the most important. The text is not saying these people are confused. It is saying they do not present themselves as transparent. They do not sort themselves into obvious categories. They remain undivided. Then come two questions. Who can make muddy water gradually clear? Through stillness. Who can make what is still gradually come alive? Through patient movement. These are not rhetorical dismissals. They are genuine. Muddy water, left alone, settles. The sediment drops. The water does not try to clear itself. It simply stops being disturbed. And something that has been still, if held long enough without forcing, begins to stir from within. The questions describe a kind of patience that is not passivity. It is more like trusting that the process works if you stop interfering. The chapter closes with two linked statements. Those who hold to this way do not desire to be full. And because they do not fill up, they can be worn without needing to be replaced. A vessel that is never completely full does not crack when it takes on more. A person who keeps something in reserve, who does not push constantly to capacity, does not need to be rebuilt after every effort. They stay in use longer. None of the images in this chapter are about achievement. They are about a quality of attentiveness, to footing, to surroundings, to the natural pace of settling and stirring. What the chapter suggests is that deep mastery does not look like mastery from the outside. It looks like hesitation. It looks like openness. It looks like murkiness. The person who has most fully inhabited the way does not broadcast it, because what they have arrived at is not a position to broadcast from. That is an uncomfortable idea anywhere that rewards display. But the chapter is not arguing against visibility. It is pointing at something that happens underneath it, before it, the quality of attention that does not announce itself. The two questions, about muddy water clearing, about stillness coming to life, do not need answers. They ask whether you recognize the process, whether you have stopped disturbing something long enough to watch it settle. The ancient ones who embodied this could not be known directly, only sketched from outside, through images. Cautious, open, murky, patient. They did not fill up, and because they did not fill up, they lasted. Chapter 16 continues from here.